Well, you know, if you're going to begin your tour of the River Roads region of Louisiana, the place to come first is the Cabildo on Jackson Square. There's over 300 years of Louisiana history here, but we also pull together all that history about the plantations. So when you go out on the river roads and you see these wonderful mansions, it places all of that into context for you. Many of our great artifacts in this building, like Napoleon's death mask, and some of the great documents that we have on view here of the founding of the state, people will find themselves enthralled in a wonderful story that only Louisiana has. This piece behind me is one of the most extraordinary acquisitions we've had in the museum's history. We suspect that it's probably one of the top 10 acquisitions by a museum in the nation.
So this piece is one of the most important pieces of furniture in America. It was made around 1844 by Crawford Riddell's journeyman cabinet makers. It's a Gothic revival piece, but it's also got some influence from the Rococo style. You can see that in the leaf finial at the top. So this piece is 3 sections, the central section and then the 2 wings on either side. And the wings open to reveal kind of a closet with brass hooks that are original to the piece. The interior of all 3 of the sections is painted blue, and then the center interior has a chest at the bottom. A few of the drawers are stamped with the Crawford Riddell journeyman cabinet maker's stencil, so that's how we know who made it and where it came from. MS Rau was very generous in donating this piece to us. I think they realized the importance of it to the state of Louisiana. They are known and respected worldwide, so for them to be able to donate something like this to us is very special. And the state of Louisiana would most likely not have been able to afford anything like this. So we really rely on generous donors, and they stepped up and gave us a special donation.
When this suite first became available, it was at a local auction in New Orleans, and I thought to myself, I think this is one of the greatest sets that has ever been found anywhere. This had been here since 1844, and in the most famous plantation in Louisiana, and in the most famous room in the plantation, and it was made also for the White House. And so this was something unique. And not only was it unique, it was stunningly beautiful. And it was rosewood, it was Gothic, there was nothing like it ever made before or since. And it was a magnificent scale where it just stood out, and when you couldn't walk past it without going, wow. And so when it came up, we bid on all the pieces. This is the piece we ended up with. And so we sold it. There's very few things we've sold that there was a twinge of regret. We're merchants. We like buying things, we like selling things. Well, time went on, and luckily for us, the gentleman who bought in Mississippi, who had a big home, sold his home, and we were able to buy it back. And we started thinking, who should we give it to? And there were a lot of great choices. I mean, because there's a lot of wonderful museums, and MS Rau Antiques has great relationships with a lot of these museums. We thought, Louisiana State Museum, it's where it belongs. We were overjoyed to offer it because it's such an extraordinary piece, and we're tickled pink that it stayed local and that other people get to enjoy it also.
The story of Louisiana is told in the halls of the great Cabildo, which is one of Louisiana and the nation's most important buildings. And it's right here on Jackson Square. It's open Tuesday through Sunday. If you're really a history buff, it'll take you about 3 hours to get through. Most people about an hour.